The purpose of this video is to show you how we're going to use a Google Drive slide, and we're going to use an app called RealTime Board that we have connected with our Google Drive to be able to use it as a real-time whiteboard that can be shared with another student and can also be written on using a stylus. Originally, I did not think that we could use an iPad with it because there is no iOS app. However, I did discover that we can use it in conjunction also with an iPad, but we just have to do it through the Safari browser. So we're going to start here. If this is, let's say that this particular Google slide is something that I want to be able to work through the problem as if I'm using a wipe-off marker on a whiteboard to solve the problem for the students to be able to see. I'm going to go back to my Google Drive. I would go to New, and then once you've added, you have to connect real-time boards using the Connect with More apps. Click on the real-time boards, and this will pop up. I already have it open. You can create a new board, which I already did, called Algebra Example. So you can see it here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Insert, go to my Google Drive, and I'm going to add that Google slide, Algebra Example, into this slide. And there you go. I can make this a little bit larger just by grabbing hold of the sides. Or you can also make it larger by clicking here and hitting the plus sign. So once I have this in here, oops, sorry about that. Once I have that in here, then what I might want to do is, what I am going to do is I'm going to click on here and click Share. This will allow me to share it with other students, allow me to share it with other teachers, so that they can also see and edit what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So I'm going to use my other Google account for demonstration purposes. And I want to make sure it stays on edit, but you also have the option to just have them view it or to comment, but I'm going to leave it on edit for now. And I'm going to click on send. Now I'm going to switch back over to my other profile. There's my email telling me that I got it. I'll click over to my other profile. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to my real-time boards. Now you could go directly to the email. If I wanted to, I could have went directly into the email and clicked on the link from there and hit join right now, which is what your students could do. The only reason I'm not doing that is because I have two different Google profiles open right now, and I don't want it to get confused with which profile to go to. Continue without a template. Now when I click on my home button and I go to shared with me, oh, sorry, I do have to say join now. Sorry, I forgot I do have to hit the join. Hopefully I won't confuse it. There we go. Algebra example. I'm going to double check and make sure I have the right profile. Click here. Yep. So that's my personal account. So from the email, we're going to click on join right now. It's going to open up into here. Go to my boards. Oops, shared with me. Did I click out the wrong one? I think I did. Join right now. There you go. Algebra example. Here's the algebra example. Sorry, I clicked out the wrong window. So now this is what the student is seeing. So this window right now is what they're seeing as a student. Over here is what the teacher has. So this is what the teacher has. in front of them. So I could draw or type anything onto here with my laptop so the student will see it, but I want to use an iPad. So I'm going to go over to the iPad end of it. Show you what that's going to look like over here. Let me pull up this side. So now we're taking a look at my iPad. Let me turn it. So maybe I'll get a little bit of a better view. And you can see right here is my algebra example. You can see the two profiles that are shared with it, both the one I created as the owner, and then this one is the shared one. So from my iPad, I'm not clicking with my mouse, but on my iPad, I will select algebra example. And it's a little bit big, so I'm going to shrink it up just a little bit. But you can see on the left-hand side, there are all the tools that you would need available. There's a text tool. There is the ability to add a note, add a shape. In this particular example, I'm probably going to want to use the pencil. I use red just for... And now I can say, okay, 2, I'm going to put -3 minus -3 squared plus y. And then I can continue working through the problem. I'm not going to show you my lack of math skills right now because I haven't done algebra in a really long time. But you can see that I'm doing it on the iPad and the student is seeing it at the same time. So this is the student side of it. And as I was writing it, it was popping up here. I'm going to see if you can get a better view of that. Let me shrink this just a little bit. I'll try to pull it to the side. So again, look over here on this left side, and I'm going to be using my iPad. So I'm going to have 2, 9 minus 9 plus y. So I know you didn't see all of that, but you could see this part of it showing up as I was typing it. The live feed to it is actually pretty accurate. So it should show up in pretty real time. There's not much of a lag or a delay. Now the one thing with the student end of it, so the teacher would be using the iPad. This is what the student would be seeing. This window is what the student would see on their laptop. The one thing is though, is if you had multiple pages, which you can have multiple pages and scroll through all within one board, once I move to the next board, this would disappear. So what the student would then have to do is either, using his MacBook Pro, do a screenshot of the work, or up here he has the option of selecting it and then he can export, save as an image, hit export, and then what it will do is it will actually download it. And then he would have an image of the problem worked through. I hope this would work. If you have any problems or need any additional help, please let me know.